Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Saturday night one-shot over here at Gehenna Gaming. I am proud to finally be playing this amazing system that I've been waiting about, I want to say a year at least when I first heard about it, using the Blood Rhapsody system. Voidheart Symphony, very near and dear to my own heart. I love the content, I love the setting, and I can't wait to show it off to you. Before we just jump right into it, let me go ahead and have my players introduce themselves. We have an amazing cast of characters, and I'll let them speak for themselves. Starting with, we're going to go overlay side, starting with Mitch. Tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Oh, hi. Hello, I am Mitch. Super excited about be playing. You can find me on all socials as Penny for Tell. And today I'm playing Saki Tsukiyama, the business lady. It's got it on fleek.
Pristine. And, next up, Ben.
Hi, I'm Big Dad. I am playing Akira Hattori, the no good punk. And also, if I disappear, it's because I had my second Pfizer shot today, so watch out for that.
And then bring it up to the top of the overlay, the one, the only, Noordin Ali.
Hi, my name is Noordin Ali Kadir. You can find me online at Werewolf Fields. I'm playing Hiseo Mayumi, the Authority. His pronouns are he, him, and he's a very rumpled-looking nurse right now.
And last but certainly never least, Leslee, my go-to. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Leslee Everett. You can find me on Twitter at Leslie Wombat, and I will be playing Rika Fujino, the star kickboxing athlete from their high school, and their pronouns are they, them.
Amazing. First off, before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Nick Francia, where you can find me at Nobleman Nick. I will be the Void Master for this evening. I'm not sure if that's actually what it's called in Voidheart Symphony, but I thought it was a really cool title, so I decided to bestow it upon myself. Them the breaks, people. Other than that, you can find this game over at UFO Press RPG. They're amazing. They make a lot of cool stuff, and this is just the latest and greatest in their product line. And I'll go ahead and quickly drop a link as well while we're doing that, so you can go check out and buy this system. You can have that right now. I believe it's only $19.99, $20 over on their itch.io, which, why wouldn't you? This is such a cool fucking system. Tonight, giving a quick content warning, there's going to be violence, there's going to be some not too heavy stuff, but definitely some stuff about like medical abuse and stuff with the medical system in general, as well as some psychological horror as well in it. So if that's not your thing, which I totally get, maybe, or if you feel uncomfortable during the stream, pause it, take a break, leave. We have so much other content on our stream as well. And don't worry, we'll be back with regular content starting next week with our awesome premiere, which I'll tell you more about after this. But that being said, are we all ready to begin our game? Yeah! Alright, so where do we begin our tale? In this vast place we know as the city. Do we start at a seedy bar? Do we start at some high-end restaurant? Maybe a nightclub, maybe the outside of school, maybe even a medical clinic. No, I think where we start is the rough back alley behind an old arcade. And this music's a little bit too cheerful for me. So let's go ahead and change it up a bit. Where we begin our tale, as darkness sets, the seedy back alley of an old, once abandoned arcade. Four people have come to meet. all receiving this strange message on their phone with a single word: Yagami. It means many different things to each of you, but mainly it's been the source of your troubles as of late. Who would be the first to arrive to this meeting of sorts?
I think Hiseo's always early to everything, right? You never know what's going to happen, so you rush out to make sure you're like 15 minutes early to things, especially because he's the kind of guy who always has a coffee on him and who has those, deep under circles because he doesn't sleep. So he's just leaning against a wall, waiting for everyone else, staring down into an empty cup.
How does Hiseo, how does he look today? Not more of his appearance, but more of his emotional markings. Is he in a happy mood or?
No, he lost a patient recently. So there's a slump to his shoulders, and there's a weight to everything he does. Kind of almost like he's walking through a fog that no one else can see. He's just an inch too heavy, a drop too weighted, a second too slow.
And your equilibrium is shaken for a moment as you hear and you feel the vibration of your phone in your pocket.
Dear God.
You expect it to be something sinister, but it's really just Kenji, your student worker, asking you if you wanted to get dinner tomorrow after work.
Maybe some other time.
He replies that he understands, and he hopes that you're doing all right.
I reply, don't worry about me. You know me. I can take it. Just take care of yourself.
And about that time you're sending that message, someone else enters the alleyway. Who is it?
Oh, it's Saki. Saki shows up, a little bit of sweat on her face. Kind of undoing her tie a little bit, just get a little bit loose, a little bit of breathing room. Been a long day at the office. Checks her phone, clears all notifications, and looks at this gentleman who is already here.
Saki, how do you feel about being called here? Not many details were given to you, but the word alone was enough to kind of send you scrambling.
Yeah. I mean, Saki is overworked, too busy, has too many people messaging her about things that need to be done. But if there's a little bit of hope that something might change, she'll cut out some time and make that sacrifice. She'll probably go to bed around 4 a.m. tonight, but hey, hopefully this isn't a complete waste of her time.
Yeah, and you recently had to turn down a drinking opportunity with Hitsune for this.
Yeah.
It's become one of your rituals now.
And I want to hang out because it's too much work. This whole thing. I'm tired of this hustle.
Hiseo, Saki, you both see each other.
Are you the one who brought me here?
I was about to ask the same thing to you.
I'm not. I don't think I'd ever call you or text you or anything like that.
What's your name?
Saki.
What's your last name?
Hands over her business card. Saki Sugiyama, if you must know.
You recognize
Yours?
the name, Hiseo.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry about your mother. And I slip the business card into my jacket pocket.
think I'm here for empty sentiment, so
It's not empty, but I already know what connects us. So that's something.
what?
Haru. Dr. Yagami.
You hate him too?
I work for him. Well, with him. She's honestly, it's probably good that your mother never got to see her. I saw your name on the I saw her name on the waiting list. You're listed as the emergency contact.
Yeah.
I think at that moment, a third person enters the alley.
I think it would be Rika, and they kind of come running into the alley. I'm assuming maybe a minute or two late at this point in time.
Mm-hmm. And Rika, you see two people, definitely not someone in that normal high schooler will be most likely talking to. But they both do seem familiar. Looking at Haseo, you probably would recognize him as one of the nurses around the Yagami clinic. And particularly Saki as well. You've probably seen her once or twice.
I think after kind of like skidding into the alley, they would adjust their bag on their shoulder and kind of walk up, and look at them both, and give a little shrug, and be like, "Hey, I'm guessing one of you texted me."
Nope. But yeah, that confirms it. I never forget the face of a patient. You're the kickboxer, right?
Yeah, I'm Rika.
Rika.
Mhm.
I never forget a face, but I do forget names.
It's reasonable.
Yagami's you're one of Yagami's patients, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's why you show up at the clinic.
Yeah, they're helping me with an injury, and I have a tournament coming up, and they're the only person that can clear me. Yeah, they're helping me with an injury, and
Of course they are. She's like that. All right, so that's 3 of us, which means either we're being called by the doctor. I don't know, but it means that we're either being called by the doctor, considering we all have a connection to her, or someone else is in the van.
And that's when the fourth person enters the alley.
Akira kind of swaggers up. Don't make noise now, child. Sorry, I have a baby monitor here. Just sizes up 3 of you. Which of you has something for Yagami? And how'd you get my number?
We're not the ones who called you.
Yeah, none of us have your number.
I mean, definitely not me.
So 4.
Akira might be the one that probably not a lot of people recognize, except for Haseo. You've seen him talking to Dr. Yagami oftentimes in the back part of the clinic when hours were complete.
You remember me? Because I remember you.
He's gonna start eyeing up Saki. You a cop?
No.
She's
I
a
just
business.
work.
All right. Yeah, I remember you.
I pull out the same card that Saki gave me and hand it over to Akira. I have no idea what business she's in. No offense.
He looks it over like he thinks he knows what he's doing, just trying to show that he thinks he does. And all right. So why are we here?
You got me.
Called us.
You've been screwed over by her. There's a reason why I've seen you in back alleys. So has Saki, and so has Rika. And I work for her, which means I've been screwed over by her too.
it's at this point, within the back alley. You might not have noticed it before, but sitting atop one of the many piles of garbage is an old like analog TV with the bunny ears, the antenna still on top of it, and it begins to hum to life as static begins to dance across the screen. And for a second, do you think of maybe it was plugged in, or maybe this is just you're not sure what's going on, until an image starts to become clearer on it, and you see what looks to be like a rabbit, like a puppet of a rabbit. It looks like very patchwork and put together, and it's staring at you with a big toothy grin and two large eyes that stare head out at you.
I think Isaiah's like one of those people who has he reacts quickly. So I feel like he reached into a pocket and pulled out a collapsible scythe and is already pointing it towards this bunny that appeared out of nowhere. Sorry. Just a tough day at work. And then I fold it back up and pack it in my pocket.
The bunny on the screen kind of looks towards you, and as the humming kind of gets worse, it all of a sudden stops, starting to play what seems to be this very happy, cheerful tune on it. And for a second, you're kind of wondering, all four of you are watching a TV show, and then it begins to talk. Its voice is high-pitched but slightly distorted, like it's coming through a signal that's not so clear. Yeah, Yagami.
If the signal's still coming through kind of fuzzy, I think Rika wants to walk up and kind of tap the side of the TV.
And as you tap it, it kind of like clears up a bit. Yagami. Castle. Danger.
What sort of fever dream is this?
Yeah, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Chosen.
And, Akira's gonna start smacking it, seeing that the tapping works.
Yeah. Every time you hit rebellion.
That's stop touching it. Stop touching it. Just let it play. Yagami Rebellion.
And the cartoon begins to, it kind of zooms out, and you see the little bunny mascot now has one of those like teacher pointing sticks, and is pointing to what seems to be rough drawings. You see a stick figure, not a stick figure, it's like a very crude drawing of which you all known as Dr. Haru Yagami, who is the person you're assuming they're talking about, the person that ties you all together. And in this like crude drawing, she has like devil's horns and like breathing fire. It's not a good look for her. And there's an equal sign, and it says vassal. So her picture equal vassal. Bad guy.
Okay, I get those words.
And then a arrow begins to appear out of the drawing and goes and connects it to another drawing. As you see a crude, kind of like, it looks to be like a castle of some sort, but it's more jagged edged, and it's colored in purple, and it looks almost like made of like obsidian or glass. It's still a crude drawing, like a kid, like a child drew it, and goes castle, influence. Castle.
I'm beginning to think the thing wants us to go to the castle.
Do you know of a castle?
Do we have an address?
Castle everywhere. And then it rips off the paper, and you see the castle again, and you equal. or actually not say you go. You see the castle, and you see lifts up. He lifts up the page that's the castle, and he reveals a drawing of the city, but then drops the drawing back again of the castle. Castle, city. Castle, city.
Yeah, I think we all know the castle then.
You can't see castle unless you enter door, and it like points off screen, and you see on the wall there's graffiti of what assumes to be like an old-fashioned like kind of fantasy doorway kind of etched into it, and and you look at it and you're like, you weren't sure that was there before.
Okay. Figured it out.
I'm buying it, sure.
Yeah, the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, leading us down the rabbit hole to
I was
Wonderland.
thinking of The Matrix, which I guess was also based off of Alice.
You
Yeah,
smart.
this is weird.
And points the stick at you, Haseo.
What?
Oh, it's responding.
I don't.
Great.
TVs aren't supposed to do that.
No, they're not, hon. I'm assuming you want us to go through the door.
The rabbit nods. Connected.
All right, let's.
You four.
I
Connected.
understand a door. I don't understand a rabbit.
That's a wall.
So, no, let's do this. Saki will go over and try to open the door.
You try to find a doorknob, but it's just a wall with like chalk drawn over it, and the rabbit kind of face palms, and you hear the word rude, rude, rude.
You want us to go in or not?
You might be the rude one.
Manners.
Can you please open the door?
And it just gestures.
Oh.
And a knock on the wall.
I had to break my foot off with this bunny.
As you knock both on the wall, Haseo and Saki, the TV kind of gives way to static and goes out. And for a second, you're not sure anything will happen until the edges of the chalk drawing begin to glow, and you hear a humming as it begins to kind of sink into the stone.
Okay. I am
Nice
either
production.
extremely high.
You're not.
Yeah. No, that would be a lot more fun.
I mean, I know I'm not.
It's
Can't be.
probably a TV stunt or something. Let's not get crazy here.
Come out,
Sure.
you cameraman.
This is remarkably normal. Yeah. And I walk. I open the door and walk through.
And as you walk through on the
Jesus.
other side, you see the rabbit. It's standing about like 2.5 feet tall. Like it's obviously a very like patchwork stuffed plush rabbit, and it kind of waves at you and tells you to come along as it starts going down these kind of rocky hallway. Like there's like a tunnel built in here.
Definitely Alice in Wonderland.
Analogy
Let's
is
follow
here.
the guy. We should take off his mascot hat or whatever. See if that works.
Please don't do that.
Sure.
You know what? If this is a really bad dream, I'm just gonna lean into it. And I put my hands in my pockets and walk after the bunny.
If
All right,
you,
bunny.
if you take off mask, it would be painful for you.
Good to know.
Me.
Good to know.
You're a
All
big
right,
bunny.
As you literally descend, kind of the tunnel starts to get more steeper and steeper, and you begin to descend down this rabbit hole, as it were. And you kind of walk. You walk and you walk and you walk until you can't hear the outside world anymore. And it gets dark, like incredibly dark, like dark where you are starting not to see in front of your face, and you can only hear the soft steps of the bunny and then the people behind you. And you just kind of have to follow.
I'm just gonna confirm with everyone. We all can see the bunny, right?
Yeah, to the bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think it has a name?
I'm not gonna ask it its name.
Bunny, do you have a
Hey.
name?
There you go.
Bunny-chan.
You've got to be kidding me.
Thanks,
do you
Bunny-chan.
have a better name?
Rabbit-kun.
Nope. Nope. Not referring to the bunny by name. My new
You're
I
gonna
will.
call it the bunny. I agree with him.
Hair senpai?
Why do I have the feeling?
Furry. You just call you furry.
Yeah, furball.
I'll call you
Furball.
Bunny-chan. That's what name you gave me.
Furball, all right. I guess. Nickname. Endearment.
See,
Eh.
now it's attached.
And then you kind of walk. If any of you would stumble during this time, like the rabbit would actually run back and kind of grab your hand and kind of pull you along if you start to kind of like falter at any point or stop.
That's adorable.
Yeah. I'm taking off my high heels, gonna slip on my flats. Fuck this.
And eventually you start to see a light up ahead. And you kind of emerge. And you seem to be in this like it's like a quilted room almost. Like it's padded like floor to ceiling in like quilts and like cloth and stuffed animals. And it's fairly open, as you can see that there's kind of multiple doors leading to multiple places, each with different numbers and words kind of inscribed on them. And the Bunny-chan turns back to you and goes, "Ah, now that we're in my world, it's easier to talk."
Glad you're comfortable.
Thank you.
All right, furry. Why are we here? I got a 2 o'clock.
You're here because the castle's acting up. And if the castle keeps acting up, it'll take over your land as well as mine.
What castle?
And then he kind of Bunny-chan walks over and opens the door, and you see these like almost dark roots kind of spread out from the door and begin to hiss with an unholy noise before Bunny-chan slams the door. That castle.
Castle bad.
Castle's
Vassal.
very bad.
Vassal bad. Vassal is the doctor. What exactly do you expect us to do?
Castle picks horrible people, turns horrible people into its servants. People don't realize horrible people do horrible things and further the castle. Need to stop horrible people. All of you screwed over, like you said. Bunny-chan was listening.
How do you want us to deal with the issue in a very concrete way? What is our next step if we decide to do this?
Can't stop her in real life? Question mark, and he like kind of like tilts his head.
What do you mean stop? Stop work? Stop
She do bad stuff. Oh, has control over you. Bad people. What if
She's in a position of power.
people power, abuse authority, rebellion. What is Yagami like? And kind of looks to all of you.
Distant.
She's cruel.
She acts like king of her own little kingdom. Using people for whatever she wants.
She's a monster.
And as you kind of begin to say that, you can all hear various moments of your memory play out loud for everyone to hear, to hear and kind of like imagine. Saki, you hear her when she was talking to your mother and telling her that she wouldn't take her, and she put her on a waiting list for something she desperately need. Rika, you heard the kind of conceitedness of her voice as she told you that if you didn't do her trials, she wouldn't approve you to go back. Akira, you kind of get the feeling you hear her when she blackmailed you. And Haseo, you don't hear her say anything, but you kind of get privy to all this information, and then you hear what she told you when you kind of started getting a guilty conscience about all this, when you wanted to kind of take a step forward. And she told you, I'll make sure you never work in this town again if you say anything. And
If this is how we take her down, I'm doing it.
And kind of as you're all having this moment, Bunny-chan is taking out a what looks to be a very like large, like oversized compass with a little keypad attached to it, and he's like a Bunny-chan sized keypad, and he's like typing away on it. Got it. Found her shard. And he points to a door, placing the compass against it, and the door begins to glow and kind of adjust the writing on it. As you can see, the writing is just ones and zeros, almost like it's binary code.
I think it's time for me to quit smoking.
It has nothing to do with smoking.
Oh yeah? I don't want to go back to it.
I mean, that's bad for your health, so you should probably stop that anyway.
Yagami is bad for my health. Once I get through this, I'll think about it.
And as Bunny-chan finishes and opens the doorway, you see a kind of like sterling white hallway.
Are we doing this?
Honestly,
We're
if it'll
doing this.
get me out of these trials, yeah.
I ain't going to jail, so let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
I don't say anything, I just take a deep breath and start walking down the hallway. She needs to go down.
Agreed.
Let's do it.
And kind of as you have this this moment of clarity, you think about for a second, and all of a sudden you're in a much different place as you walk through the kind of sterile hallway, and you hear Bunny-chan shut the door behind you with the words, "Good luck." And kind of coming to it, What you see is a lot more fantastical. As you come to what seems to be a medical facility, the insides of one anyway. Gleaming white walls, polished chrome, soft lighting, and frosted glass. As you're kind of walking through the kind of main entrance of the facility, through the windows you can see a multitude of patients. And when I mean like a multitude, I don't mean like 20 or 25. I mean like hundreds of patients in a row, kind of being led one by one into various rooms by these nurses with kind of these like happy face masks on them, so you can't see their actual face, but kind of underneath their clothing you can see these wriggling kind of like dark shadowy forms of what the nurses might truly be, as they're kind of ushering each patient almost like an assembly line into each of the rooms.
This is sick.
But what's wrong with them? I'm not supposed to be squirming like that, right?
I have no idea.
It's representational.
I don't know what that means. I'm gonna assume it means no?
It's her idea of a perfect world. At least that's what I think.
You come to the next room, which is like kind of like a large waiting room. And in it, you see a huge kind of door for the waiting room. And it says, kind of next to it, now seating, or now serving 1,132. And you see the waiting room is filled with people waiting around, and a multitude of like maybe 3 or 4 nurses acting as secretary as the phones are ringing off the hooks. And they're constantly answering questions and reaching across with not 2 but 4 arms in their shadowy blots, trying to kind of like shift all the papers around. All the so you can see almost black tar bubbling up from the tile flooring, kind of peering through some of the cracks.
Should we ask for the doctor?
Right? I guess.
I reach into the cracks in the tiles and I try and pry the tiles open.
You do for a second. It's very easy to kind of bring the tile, and the kind of tar bubbles up and kind of, not like a big explosion, but like a splashes open forward, kind of getting on your clothing, before one of the secretary almost bum rushes you and kind of retching the tile out of your hands and slamming it shut onto the tar, hammering back into place.
Seems like you've got a dirt problem.
Not very clean, this place.
The nurse, or should you even say the orderly, looks at you with the happy mask and doesn't say anything but points to the secretaries.
I guess we check in.
All right, I got this. Saki will go up. We are here to see the good doctor. Now?
The secretary goes, "Certainly," and begins checking. "What is your names?" And kind of opens the clipboard.
Saki. Saki Sugiyama.
"I'm sorry, your name is actually on a waiting list. You'll have to take a number and wait."
I'm not doing that.
Oh, I'm Rika Fujino.
"Ruka, Fujino," and she begins like flipping very fast. Same happy mask, same blank stare. "It says you're not due in for at least a couple more days."
Hiseo Mayumi. I work here.
"Oh, you're definitely not on the list, sir. Sorry, only current test subjects, patients, can be allowed into the doctor's clinic.
Does this person have a tie?
Akira Hattori.
We'll be seeing you in a week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna like grab this person.
As you do, doesn't really make any like. Everyone kind of stops for a moment and looks at you, but doesn't make any sort of noise for a second. Please let go.
Look,
It
you
would be
little cunt
painful for
waffle.
you.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go see the doctor, like right now. So you let them know that I'm coming up. Won't you point me to the way, okay?
And as you say that, you hear one of the loudspeakers begin to crackle to life. Who's that causing trouble in my clinic? Hiseo, it sounds like the doctor, but in much more exaggerated kind of voice. Almost like a character that she's trying to do. Security, take out the trash. And as that begins to happen, you can see security guards begin to form out of the black tar, starting to climb out.
They're not going to let us walk in, are they?
I was hoping they'd resist, so this is perfect. I could blow off some steam this way.
Voidmaster?
Yes.
Can I use the move Power Through? I hurl my strength at the castle's obstacles. I want to try to just just charge through them so everybody can get by.
So yeah, go ahead. You can definitely go ahead and do that. That's gonna be under
Swords.
yes. So funny enough,
I rolled a 6.
you roll 2d6 and you rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Awesome.
With a +1, so 6. I rolled a 5.
We're already at a great. We're already at a good thing. Yeah. So as you kind of try to power through, they begin to all kind of collapse onto you and start to pin you down. Hiseo, you hear your phone begin to vibrate.
I check it.
What you thought was your phone has been replaced with a very looks like a Fisher Price's my first cell phone kind of deal. Like it looks very plastic and colorful.
I check to see if there's candy inside, and then I answer it.
No candy, unfortunately, but you kind of skip the FaceTime as you see Bunny Shot on there. You have to run. You can't deal with them right now. Not strong as you are. Must become better.
Where are we running to?
Run back. Door there. Or fight. Can try to fight. Might not work.
I put the phone back in my pocket, and we either gotta run or we gotta fight. Pick one now.
Aren't we done running?
Fine then. And I get some good solid footing underneath me, and I say, "Hey, leave that one alone. Come at me."
The security guard looks at you, and they each have the big batons in their hand, and they kind of both look at each other and nod. And
I got them both where I want them. What are you talking about?
oh yeah, they stop beating Akira for just a second, and kind of look at you. Go ahead and roll me a dodge. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll 2d6 plus your wand stack as they kind of start to converge on you.
Okay, this is better be good. 8 + 1, 9.
Awesome. So on a 9, you can pick 2 of the kind of complications.
Right. I successfully dodge, but I am gonna get separated from my allies, and I think I leave the phone behind.
And you hear Bunny Chan kind of like as the phone gets dropped. No, 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 no. As you're able to kind of dodge out of the way, kind of taking a fleeting step, and you all begin to kind of hear, or actually, I'm sorry, Hesay, you begin to hear it kind of crackling in your head, as you're like, I really want to do something, but you're not sure if you can, and it's almost like the spirit of rebellion is working within you, as you can hear Bunny Chan go, just whatever you imagine the castle, it can become, imagine yourself, become stronger.
I'm going to stare at these people, and I'm going to size them up just to see if I could find a weak spot.
All right, so you're gonna try to size them up. I'm gonna say we're gonna go ahead and say that's gonna be. You can say C clear. So go ahead and roll me plus coins. What's everyone else doing while that's going on? As my lighting turns.
I guess I'm gonna try line it up. Try to figure out a way to break out of this hole I'm in.
Okay, you're gonna line it up.
Cool.
I rolled an 11.
Awesome. So you can ask 3. Really quick though, Rika, Saki, what are you two doing? You can describe to me your action. I can pick the moves for you if need be.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna go strike with stealth and guile. Yeah, so she's gonna take off her tie and just kind of wrap it around her hands, and go roll on them.
And Rika.
I think Rika is also gonna, since we said fight, I think Rika's gonna get into like a fighting stance and try and kick some of them.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna start with Hiseo. Hiseo, you get to pick 3.
Yes, I do. So, I'm seeing clear. Which exit takes me to my goal?
So it'd be that huge door that kind of looks to be like kind of locked up for the time being.
What can the enemies here do?
From the point of it, it seems they can restrain you and they can hit you a lot. But they don't seem to have anything else kind of extraordinary about them just yet.
And what should I be on the lookout for?
Ooh, you should be on the lookout for the secretary who's quickly on one of the phones calling someone looks to be more up.
I'm going to... so I get fleeting advantage when I act on each answer.
Yep.
And I think that there's enough of an opening on the secretary that I could rush them and stop them from calling.
Awesome. All right, so you're going to go ahead and strike them. We'll get back to you in just a second. Kira, what did you roll for your line it up as you roll plus coins?
I rolled an 8.
Awesome. So you're going to be able to pick 2.
Yep.
Which is
I will say the foe sends an attack my way, and the opening only lasts a few moments.
All right.
I'm hoping to, when I actually get to strike, start to egg one on to fight me alone.
So you kind of do like, you're kind of like, I guess you're kind of trying to taunt or something. It does kind of try to strike you at you. So go ahead and roll me a dodge specifically. But as you do that, you see it kind of leaves itself wide open, as well as the other ones, the kind of mob of them leave themselves wide open. Saki and Rika, what did you both roll for your strike? Because I know you're using stealth and guile, so you're using plus wands. Rika, are you doing, I'm guessing, direct force? So swords?
Swords, yeah.
I messed up. I got like a 5.
2d6, 5. Uh-oh.
Well, I got a 3.
Yeah. Yay.
Great.
Because I rolled 2 1s.
So you both begin to kind of, you're not sure what the vital organs are on these people, on these creatures. And as you kind of like, you actually do like hit them. You hit them pretty solid on. But as you do so, you watch your fist kind of bounce off them. like harmlessly, like you don't affect them as you are right now. And you hear Buddy Chomp from the phone. Believe. Just gotta believe. Haseo, roll your strike for me. So how do you want to strike them? Oh.
Dealing with a little bit of a freeze, I think.
Okay. No, I think... Can you hear us? Oh, no.
Oh no.
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Live now.
Awesome. Cool. You can hear us.
Oh,
Awesome.
Okay.
That'll happen sometimes. All right. I was saying, what did you want to strike with?
Oh, with my tie.
Oh, you already... Didn't you roll... You rolled a 2, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got
I'm sorry about Haseo. What did
Oh, I think as much as I don't want to, because my coin stat isn't great, but I feel like I'm using precise insight here.
So
even though I'm...
No, I totally understand that. You get to roll 3d6 and you can choose the 2 highest.
Ooh,
For your
nice.
advantage.
Okay, so my 2 highest are a 4 and a 2. That's just a 6.
Oh, and your coin's at 0?
Mm-hmm.
You try to, and it's not even that it also kind of bounces off as well as you land a square strike on the secretary's face. And the secretary kind of looks at you with a happy mask, and you see Bunny-chan start screaming for it. You can become hero, rebel, revolutionaries, rebel. And kind of as you're sitting there and you're realizing you can't do anything, you begin to feel a pain begin to well up inside of you, a force, a pressure, and you're not sure if you could reach out to it, if you could use it, you could become something more. Do you all reach out to it?
Yeah.
And thank you for the rage,
Oh, hell yeah.
Edgy Claire. We love you. And as you begin to kind of break out and emerge from it, you can feel this aura starting to spread all over your body. This energy begin to well up inside you. As your clothes are changed, your being is changed. And when the light clears, what do you look like now? Starting from the top, starting with Saki. What does this new form look like?
So Saki, with this kind of explosion of power, the tie just kind of wraps around her all over, so she almost looks like a mummy, with this black tie wrapped around her. Only one eye is seen, and the tie kind of goes down over her other eye, like her hair does. And kind of, she just have these threads of ties just hanging off her body, looking like a fucking ninja.
Okay, I love it. Akira.
He's got a much fancier coat, with a bunch of like golden chains like hanging off of it on the back, and he's got this big like golden like set of rings on that just spell out Akira on his hand.
And Haseo?
I think like his really rumpled looking, smart casual business wear kind of like restricts around him, and then suddenly there's like this leather texture over it, and he's wearing almost like really tight leather pants and tall boots, and there's a strong jacket, almost like a doctor's jacket, but made out of some black shiny fabric over him. And as he pulls out the cane that he uses sometimes, that unfolds and collapses very easily, the end sharpens and unfolds out into a scythe.
Amazing. And you even probably see Haseo, like kind of feathers begin to kind of leave in its wake. Rika.
So I think Rika her outfit kind of turns into like a fighter's, like the top is definitely like a fighter's gi, but the bottom half are more like tight leggings, and I think the top part is still white like a fighter's gi would be, but the leggings I think are like a sparkling gold color, and then she's wearing like thigh-high spiked boots, or they're wearing thigh-high spiked boots with like really sharp edges on them, ready to kick some faces in.
Awesome. And kind of as you kind of emerge out, all of them are shocked and open themselves up to you. You can go ahead and roll me, all of you, a strike with advantage. So 3d6, take the highest on whatever target you want.
That is amazing.
Did my opening I got from Line It Up get me anything?
You get the advantage, and it opened them up so that they could attack it and like strike it, but they failed both of them.
Awesome.
Everyone failed their attacks, which I guess it made sense for the.
Unfortunate, but accurate. I rolled a 9 total.
Amazing.
11.
10. Rika.
11.
I also rolled a 9.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the 9s first. So you're striking. So on any hit, you're gonna remove the opening, and you're gonna break one of the foe's qualities. So you gotta pick one though. Of the complications. They're gonna lash out. They're gonna single you, or you're gonna reshape the arena.
I feel like Hiseo's probably, he's the one with a gigantic scythe, and he's the one who like straight up went for the secretary. So I feel like there's an opening on me. I'm visible, I'm violent, and I'm pretty cool. Instant target.
As you swing your scythe at the secretary, you cleave the her shadowy figure straight in half through the kind of smile mask, and it breaks apart and dissipates as her phone clatters to the floor, kind of hanging off of the, because it's like one of the like desk phones that still has the cord and everything on it. And Rika, what are you choosing?
I think the one bodyguard that Rika was trying to kick, I think they end up lashing out, and they will take condition.
Okay, and you go ahead and you end up you're almost like, as you kind of look at it, you have a surge of emotions being here, being in a place like this. You're angry. You're angry that you've been forced into the situation. You're angry that these things don't understand. You're angry that Yagami seems to treat people like this. And we're gonna mark angry for you. But you managed to collide your boot with the guard and just kind of shatter him into pieces, same as well, leaving a messy spot of tar on there. Akira.
Akira, I got a 10.
And you're just aiming at one of the guards?
Yeah, so he's gonna follow up with his big ring, just like give him an uppercut, and while he's on the ground, pull out his long pistol and just pistol whip him to knock him out if I can.
Oh, you definitely do that. You hit him and then just finish him off.
A big flourish.
Yeah, like the revolver ocelot flourish. Like
Yeah, exactly.
As you score a critical and knock him basically spinning, the guard spins in place for a second, winding up on itself before collapsing into an ink blot as the tar blot as well, and seeking back into the tiles. Saki, what are you doing to attack?
Yeah, she just kind of blends into the shadows, using the her necktie as they are. They kind of attach to the ceiling, and they slowly, with stealth and guile, roll down off of her sleeves and just dive into one of these things' mouth and starts to peel them out like a little sunflower. Just
Ooh, and tar goes everywhere, and probably one of the more gruesome kills of the evening. But the what's it called? The entry is still the same. The result is still the same, I should say. The guards have all been wiped out and defeated, leaving just the 4 of you standing there. The patients seemingly not noticing you at all as they continue waiting for their number to be called.
That felt good.
I fold up my scythe and shove it back into my pocket, and I click on like the intercom, and I say, "Closed for the day. All patients must leave."
And you kind of get on the... You hear something kind of chirp over the intercom. You don't get to decide that. I get to decide that. No trash will ever enter my clinic.
With that, I'm just gonna shoot like the speaker box as she's talking.
It kind of shatters.
Anyone else? I found this here.
Yeah, no problem.
We need to go through that door.
And we kind of get back into it as the patients begin to file out.
Okay. How do we do this?
I can help. I can help. You hear from the phone that's on the ground.
I pick up Fisher Price's baby's first phone. So I'm just gonna leave you on speaker.
Hi. Oh, you did great. Amazing. Rebels. True rebels now. But door locked.
Yep, we got that.
Yeah. What's the next step?
This place is connected to castle. This place is Yagami's heart. It's a reflection of how she sees herself and how she sees other people. That door is a block. Can't open the door here. Could open the door in real life.
I haven't met a door I can't open. Also, you said reflections. Are we gonna find mirror versions of ourselves, like in some sort of Star Trek episode?
I don't know what that is.
Nerd.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, me either.
We need to
Shut
go back.
up! Shut up! I'll pound your faces.
We need to switch between worlds.
Of course. What you do in this world affects her, but also what you do and affects her there. What you do in that world affects her here.
Well, how do we switch?
Come back. Leave the TV. Leave the door.
Okay. Can I take the ties with me?
Or I have a gear I can use to open any door.
You do have something like that.
That seems like the most direct way.
Voidmaster, would you like me to? Would you prefer if I didn't use that now?
I'm gonna say, because it would normally work on most locked doors, I'm gonna say it doesn't work on this door though.
All right, it says
like...
any door or any barrier, so I'll go with you. Oh, there's no lock on its door.
You gotta change perspective. Only patients get inside.
If I could take,
No, you go ahead.
if I could take the narrative for a second, I think Hiseo's the one that might get it first. And like, I step forward, and suddenly this outfit kind of falls back, like you're walking through an invisible wall of wind, and suddenly he's back in his normal clothes, and he's reaching out to a normal door to pull it open.
It's like one of the push-in doors you would see at a hospital, but it is locked. Good choice, but physically need to leave here to leave world.
Well,
I think I know what I have to do.
What?
Hiseo on right track, I think.
I gotta call the doctor and agree to his medical trials.
Oh, I'm already in the medical trials.
Rika isn't. Rika's thinking about it, but
Oh, they're not? Okay. I thought they already were.
unless you want to have agreed, that's cool too.
Whichever. I mean, or I'll retcon that, and they're like, oh, I'm supposed to agree to medical trials too.
So what? We meet up tomorrow, and you people are just gonna agree to let her do whatever she wants to you?
I mean, that's honestly what she told me I needed to do to participate in the tournament. That's all she said she would do to clear me.
God, I hate this woman.
I mean, it's that or I go to jail.
Careful. If she feels exposed in real life, might up security here.
Gotcha. Be quiet.
Okay.
I
You meant be quiet as in you would be quiet. I thought you were telling Bunny Chan to be quiet.
I start walking back to where we came from.
And you walk back to the doorway. And you notice the door begins to reform again. This time though, it doesn't feel like you're going to go back to the padded room.
So, same time tomorrow, everyone? And I don't wait.
Yes.
Go ahead. I don't wait for an answer. I just walk.
You just walk out.
I pull out like an imaginary like date book. Let me clear my busy schedule.
And as you walk out,
Yeah, I got work, but I can ask off.
you find yourself back in the alleyway, Haseo, and then anyone else that opens the door and goes through. Except this time it looks to be like about 9 o'clock. Could you have really been in there for like 2 hours already? No, it doesn't seem like that.
God, I already hate this.
Uh,
I shove.
Yeah, I have to go to work.
I shove my hands back in my pockets and I walk back to my place of work too.
Yeah, it's the off hours because she has one of those private clinics, but often you are left alone to kind of like do stuff. She's not here for the time being, but you want to just finish up your work for the rest of the day, or is there something special you want to do? Okay.
I want to make
Oh, I'm sorry. No, what do you want to do, Jose?
I just want to make sure that when tomorrow comes, I don't have a bunch of things on my plate. That's all.
Yeah, that's very easy to do. You finish up some of your work. You put in a little bit of extra effort, but man, are you tired? You feel exhausted from your time being in there. So much so that by the time you're done, you're kind of falling asleep at your desk almost.
I think I actually do. I think I just fall asleep.
You just fall asleep for the next day.
Yep.
Rika, what are you doing the rest of your day?
I mean, I think Rika would probably, so it's 9 p.m.? 9 a.m.?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. I think Rika would maybe message their coach, kind of about what's going on, and then probably just head home.
Oh yeah, you're messaging Takahata. What are you specifically saying to him?
Does Takahata know about the trials?
No, you kind of kept that a secret from him.
I kept that a secret? Okay. I think they would message Takahata about feeling really good and feeling like they needed to see Dr. Yagami tomorrow to kind of clear something up.
Your coach goes, yeah, sure, whatever you need. I'll let the school know you won't be in tomorrow.
I think they would message and be like, well, it is Golden Week, so.
He says, make sure you get your rest. Stay good. The tournament's coming up soon.
Will do, with like a little thumbs up emoji.
He sends like a gift, like one of those really like low quality like gifts that like older people generally send because they don't understand how gifts work. It's like one like a baby giving a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Right.
I think they pronounce it GIF. Yeah.
Yes, that's how I pronounce it.
Get at it. I'm done. Okay, so Rika, then you're going to sleep, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like if they had any schoolwork, they would take care of that and then go to sleep.
Akira, what are you doing?
Checking my phone for messages from Honda, seeing if he wants to party tonight.
He's still recovering from the bullet wound in his shoulder, but he said he's down to just drink at his place if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna
he's
make
like-
sure he doesn't go too wild. Make sure he doesn't mess with his meds or anything, or take too many of his meds.
Okay, go ahead and yeah, you're hanging out with Honda, so that's
Mostly making sure he doesn't get himself too messed up.
I got you. So yeah, he seems to be in a bind. He doesn't want to do the trials.
Mm-hmm.
He tells you as you kind of like walk in. He goes, I'm not really sure about this, Akira.
Look.
I don't want to. These sound dangerous, man.
Listen, I'm gonna do the trials for both of us, okay? You know what they'll do to you if you go to jail.
I can't go to jail. I'm in a gun shooting. This is not what I thought it would be.
Don't worry, I'll get us out of this.
Are you sure? You can't do that.
Don't worry about it.
Who knows what she'll do to you?
Look, it's my fault you got like this.
But you know, we're gangsters to the end.
Yeah. So let me take care of this. And the end will come later, rather than sooner.
And he kind of nods.
And I do one of those cool, like, bro, like, handshake hug things.
What's the major arcana for him?
For Honda,
Yeah.
I don't think you have that down here. I've got a Sun Arcana.
Let me double check. It should be. Yep, it is the sun. The visionary firebrand fills you at righteous. Yep, that is him. So, okay, give me 1 second. I was referring to a little chart here. Doing something else that Voidheart Symphony does really well. Hangout moves and everything. As you're going to. So you're trying to. Okay. So when you spend time with the sun, at any point in the conversation, you can ask them one of these questions. The sun will do their best to answer, and their answer will be more right than wrong. Who's really behind blank? What's the connection between blank? And who's keeping blank a mystery? If you wanted to ask any of those questions.
I honestly don't think the pain meted up Hondas. I don't think you would ask them those questions. So
That's fine. I'm just letting you know what you can do.
Alright.
But yeah, you go ahead and you kind of spend time with him, and pass the drinks back and forth, and you know he starts to regale you with a few tales of like why he joined, and you know kind of did this life, and he says, man, it honestly really started. I just wanted this dog, and I couldn't afford the dog. I needed to make sure me and the dog was okay, and you know it was just so easy. It wasn't fair, the situation I was in, you know?
Never fair, man.
And you kind of drink yourselves into the night. Saki, what are you doing for the rest of your night?
Popping into work, clocking in right after, walking to this this very busy floor. You know, go to her cubicle, sit down, light up the computer. She's looking over at Hitsune, who's kind of the cubicle over. She pops her computer on.
Hitsune's eating a donut. You
She
want
has a
some?
smile on her face. Yep. No.
More from her.
I got coffee. Yeah, I'm trying to lose some weight, but I feel good, you know?
Okay. Do you? You got the night shift. Can't feel that good.
Yeah, I just had an opportunity to, I don't know, blow off some steam a little bit of kickboxing, you know?
Huh. That's pretty good.
It was nice.
Your mom called.
Yeah.
Told her you were up.
What'd she say?
Yeah, she's making sure you're okay, you know. Let you know not to worry about all that.
Yeah.
Told you you're in a meeting. Don't worry. Takes another bite out of the donut.
Cool. She opens up her phone and messages her mom real quick, like, okay, don't worry, I'm gonna get you on that list. Love, Saki. And then a GIF of a heart.
Aw. And
Send.
Hitsu kind of looks over. You know, it's gonna be okay. Like,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it
you're
should
gonna
be
make
alright.
it okay.
We'll make it okay. Don't worry. We'll get on
Yeah.
that list. It's gonna be hard to keep a good person down like us. And because he's your major arcana,
Oh, yeah, we're the
he's your-
foundation.
They help you when you hang out with Temperance. They help you balance out worries in your life. You get to move a tick from one of your stretch gauges with the most ticks to one with the least. So would you like to do that? Well, it would pretty much
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and we can shift your fealty. And where do you want to place it in your lack, your infamy, or your heat?
Heat.
Boom. Yeah, and you and the Hitsun just have a kind of nice day, and you finish up your shift pretty late into the night. And you immediately kind of
Yeah, I kind of plop home. Set the alarm for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Before I have to wake up and get back to work.
You kind of rest your head and you like get the alarm, and then you hear the clock ticking, and then it's like it's like a jump cut, and it's morning, and we just see like the drool hanging off the pillow.
Yeah.
And
I'm still in like the same suit,
The
just
same
like
suit, yeah,
sprawled out.
just having a good old time. And I think here would be a good place to take a quick 5-minute break before we get into our final act of things, as it were. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. You don't worry your pretty little heads, everyone. And we'll see you real quick. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Voidheart Symphony, Itch for the Cure. And let's just get right back into it. By the way, this is my favorite track from any Persona game, I want to say. As everyone wakes up and gets ready for the day, a new day, kind of, you all wake up in almost like a weird, like, stupor, like, you don't know if you just woke up from, like, a fever dream, or just one big long string of like imagination gone wild. How's everyone feeling? What's everyone's headspace?
I'm really hungover.
Oh yeah, you are.
There's almost like there's at least a sense of purpose now, right? I felt hopeless before. I don't feel hopeless anymore. So
strong.
Despite the fact I'm more tired, there's like a strength to my step.
I like that. I think that's that's a
Saki
good way to
had.
put it. Oh, go ahead.
Saki has come back to work for probably 6 hours later. It's early in the morning. She has just poured her coffee and she's opening up a pack of Twinkies and dipping it into her coffee. And her coffee has went from black, where she doesn't enjoy it, and now that she's actually like has a little bit of hope and some spunk, she got to tear someone in two the other day, and so that was she's been wanting to do that for a while now. She just didn't realize it. And so now, like, she puts creamer in her coffee and some sugar, swirls it around. It's gonna be a good day. Dunks her Twinkie in it and starts like just like, or she's like typing away and like getting ready for today's meetings and such.
I've got a really important question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it flavored creamer?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
like
is
the,
sugar cookie.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh.
Like the Cold Stone Creamery, or like Carnation Delights.
Yeah, Cold Stone Creamery.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, if she could, she would just put the ice cream melted into it. If she probably could do that, which she might do it later, but for now, this will do.
Fun little bad habit that I used to have for people at home during like college. As a treat to myself at night, I would pour Cold Stone Creamery into straight milk and drink it like that.
That's so
It's
sweet.
good.
So
Like, I love melted ice cream.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
It was so good.
I think that is Gehenna Games' next product line is melted ice cream.
Gehenna,
Cold Stone Creamery, sponsor us.
Yeah,
Gehenna Creamery.
we could run an alien. Yeah, we can run like an alien campaign, and it has like the androids on the front of it, and it's like drink melted ice cream.
Funny enough, we have had interviews and partial sponsorship from Death Wish Coffee. Ian loves that, so I do not have the caffeine tolerance.
Let's
that
do
Ian
it.
has. Yeah, but Death Wish Coffee. Okay, so quick question to all of you before I continue. Did you all exchange numbers before you left?
Oops.
No.
We could retcon. it.
Okay, first off, no one texts each other or calls each other anymore unless it's work or it's the IRS. So, and I'm not answering regardless. So we probably exchanged like Facebook or Twitter.
I mean, I definitely have everyone's number because everyone's put their number down in a file somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't call
check.
me.
But we did say same time, same place the next time. So
I was gonna say, did we all exchange line IDs? Is that what happened? So we all messaged each other
Oh
online.
my god.
I
Yeah,
only use-
exactly.
I
Like
only use,
WhatsApp or something
WhatsApp.
like that. Yeah.
Line or Cacao. Well, it'd probably be Line.
Isn't there one called like Weeaboo or whatever?
WeChat.
Yeah, WeChat.
wait, we're not sending just messenger pigeons to each other? I
Why
trained
would
like
like
10
text the
pigeons.
bunny?
Twitter or
Bunny.
Facebook.
What are their numbers?
The bunny. I mean, the message from the bunny actually goes through as you kind of probably all wake up to a message from the same number that sent you the word Yakumi. It's a good job on it.
Riku will respond with a heart.
Yeah. Saki's gonna change the contact information to weird furry. and then just save for that little bunny.
I am going to. Well, I woke up inside the hospital.
Yes, you did. Not even that. You woke up to someone shaking you awake.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What are you doing? Did you fall asleep in here last night?
I look around. I look back and I look forth. I look at like the clothes that I've obviously slept in. I wipe the drool from my mouth. No, I did not.
God, you're so fucking disgusting. I can't send you home now. Get yourself cleaned up. We have work to do here.
Yeah, I realize that. I go to the locker room and just change into a set of scrubs, which I happen to have lying around. And I'm going to use one of the everyday actions. I'm going to try and read the wind. Step back and to get a sense of the city. Set a scene of my rebel going through his daily life. Pick a detail for the architect, that's you, to introduce into the scene as you play through it. And I think I want a sense of the overall mood of what is happening here. And I get fleeting advantage when I act on the scene's events.
Awesome.
So I think I change into my scrubs. I do one of those sink showers where really I just wet a towel and wipe my face with it. And I start rifling through every single patient document I can find that's related to these tests.
Okay, cool. So, let's see the detail. So you can actually, as you kind of go through and you're kind of checking all the documents for this test, you can see specifically what she's doing is she's trying that, like, she's basically introducing like some sort of like almost like compound, like methamphetamine, like Adderall, like ADD, ADHD medication, something that's basically looks to be like speed. In order, it seems like for rapid weight loss or something. You're not sure what she's testing, but she's looking for like healthy, kind of strong-hearted patients. And you kind of note looking back through, it's kind of horrifying to you as you see kind of mounds and mounds of past patients before, all developing or all having some sort of like underlying heart condition start forming because of the results of her tests. To the point where you realize that someone like Rika, who's an athlete, probably would not be able to compete again if she were to undergo these trials, or might get seriously injured.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, I am going to spend the rest of my shift looking for something that can counteract the medication being pushed through their system at least once to try and prevent any permanent damage from forming.
So I would say you probably won't be able to like make a compound that can negate it. However, you could easily switch the dosage. Like, it's just you and her in this clinic.
Yeah, that's a smarter idea. I think I switched them all with placebo variants.
And you kind of hear her calling out to you from the back. Sayo, what are you doing? Get out here. Who's going to take my calls?
You have ears. You've got a mouth. Use them. Is there anyone else here?
And she kind of like steps in with like an angry look on her face. What did you just say to me?
I said that I have enough on my plate. I will answer the phones when it comes to it, but if you're really concerned, you can answer it yourself. I think I'm making a stand.
I think you're making a stand here too. So the way that we make city moves is different from the way that we do moves while we're in the castle. You're gonna roll 2d6, but you're counting them each as their own separate number. And your idea is that you want to get something that's equal or more to your character's gauge, which is where it's blood here. So we're gonna go to Haseo's blood, which is 3. So
dear.
one of the dice or both of the dice need to be 3 or over.
Gotcha. Okay, so I roll 2d6.
Yep, and what's on each dice?
We've got a 3 and we've got a 5.
Awesome. So that is actually an over-rounding assess. You do it's a full hit. It's not a weak hit. So you can choose 2 out of those 3 reactions.
Okay. They're not going to cause me immediate problems, and my words are going to shake them.
You see she kind of grits her teeth. And she's kind of like, listen here, you little shit. And just kind of stands forward. Just know your place around here. And she doesn't say anything else, and she kind of stomps away. She's like, I don't have time to deal with you right now. I have that Fujino girl coming in for another checkup. Prep the station and do something useful then. And she leaves your sight.
Sure, whatever you want.
And I think from there, we're going to switch over. We're going to go to Akira. What are you doing to set up for the day?
Let's see. He's checking his messages, seeing if there's any business he needs to take care of, around town. And how do I contact the doctor normally? Is it like I text them or?
You've honestly just walked straight into the clinic.
Okay. I will be doing that soon.
And then Rico, what are you doing?
I think Rico would like to let their hair down first. I think Rico's gonna go and work out, do a training workout in the morning before their appointment with the doctor, or before they go see the doctor, because it sounded like they have an appointment today.
Okay. So that's gonna be that's gonna be one of your.
Yeah, I want to try and clear a condition.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, go ahead and we're gonna check against your lack. So roll 2d6 and tell me what's on each of them.
Okay.
Your lack being 2.
I got a 4 and a 1.
Awesome. So, not as awesome. It's gonna be a weak hit. So you're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mark world on your sheet.
Okay.
But we're also gonna heal one of your conditions. So we'll heal angry for you. That's the only one you have. So I'm assuming that's the one you want.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, you go ahead and you kind of relax, you train, you let out that rage a bit, and all of a sudden you're back to it's lunchtime. And stuff's all conceding together. Saki, do you go to the clinic as well?
Yeah, she wants to figure out where this doctor lives so she could sneak into her house and maybe get some information, or maybe even break into her office.
So you're not even you're like, I'm abandoning this castle plan. I'm all about messing someone up, but you need to go to the clinic first to get that information. And Haseo, I'm gonna say you're kind of under 15, kind of hanging out outside.
Yep.
Just so you see everyone walking up.
Hey.
This is the last chance to back out. I replaced what she's planning on using with a placebo, but I don't know if she'll figure it out or not.
I mean, one of us has to get through that door to kind of change her cognition, right? So that the door will be open for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, yesterday I got to rip someone apart. I'm all in.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Look, if you say so. But if it doesn't work this time, none of you are coming back.
Why?
This stuff can fuck you up.
Look, I'm at my breaking point. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna come back here. It'll be the last time I come back here, but it'll be a moment to remember. My mom's getting on that list, or she's gonna get better. So.
Wait, your mom?
Yeah.
Look, if y'all are in, y'all are in. But it's important to warn you. She may not care about anything resembling an oath, but I do.
I appreciate that, but I mean, this was the only way she said she would clear me for the tournament, so that's coming up, and I can't let this opportunity get by me.
It's the only way she'd help my friend.
That's the thing. She uses people. Do you know this thing can cause... She's planning on injecting you with an amphetamine. Long-term exposure like that, especially if you're not prepared for it, especially if you don't have the underlying conditions that require a dosage, can cause heart problems, like failure. Straight-up attacks. Do you think you can really do sports when your heart's giving out on you? Do you think you can help your friend if your heart's giving out on you? Or your mother? When I'm saying that this is fucked up, this is fucked up. She doesn't give a shit about any of you. Realize that.
I mean, I kind of already got that feeling. I mean, you don't take someone in for a hamstring injury and then try to use them as a guinea pig.
But you could lose your entire career.
I mean, it's just one time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one time.
I hope not. I hope we get to do this again to other people. I've worked in the tax financial field for most of my life. I had to watch people cry before me, not really able to do anything for them, right? You got rules and regulations. So all that's just been building up in my heart for, I don't know, what feels like a decade. And yesterday, oh God, that feeling. I want to do the same thing to this doctor. I'm excited. This is going to be great.
I don't want to miss out on this tournament opportunity. I have to become the kickboxer that I want to be. And if doing this trial one time maybe puts me on her okay list or gets me okayed for this tournament or something before we're able to do whatever we have to do, fine. And hopefully it's just this one time that I do the trial.
Okay.
You all know what I have at stake, but I don't need to say aloud.
Right.
Awesome. So, yeah, it's time. And so you all walk in.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of as you're all walking in, she's kind of coming out of her office as she sees, oh, Haseo, good, you brought me patients. Ooh, an assortment of them. Miss Fujino. Mr. Hattori. Come here for reconsider my offer, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in?
Excellent. And you, Mr. Hattori?
Just give me the pills. Just me and not Honda.
You're going to sign off right now on Rika joining the tournament. That was the deal.
Are you telling me what to do?
No, I'm just relaying my patient's concerns. Right, Rika? You said that if you don't get it signed off right before, you're not doing anything?
Yeah, right. That's, my trainer said that was a good idea too.
Yes, of course, that was our offer. You are indeed taking the trials. I will gladly allow you to give you a bill of health. Of course, it requires a healthy person to even take these trials in the first place.
Well, that's great. I can send it to her school right now.
Yeah, so I need to see Rika. I'm getting those tickets like tonight. This beautiful, muscly woman I need to see out on that fighting floor doing some shit, all right? I need this.
Rika's
So-
pronouns are they, them.
They, them, sorry. I need to see this.
I pull out the form that I already had prepped. Just sign there. I filled in everything else for you.
Tickets.
She kind of looks at the form, then looks to you, Hisao.
I'm giving her the biggest employee of the month smile.
We're gonna have a nice little chat after this about our duties and obligations, and just me and you, Hisao. And she kind of scribbles her name on it. But for now, prep the examination room for me, please.
You got it. I look forward to that talk. And the smile just drops from his face, and he goes to the examination room.
And then she turns back to and kind of looks at Saki. And what are you here? I already told you your mom's on a waiting list. There's nothing more I can do, Miss Sugiyama.
Yeah, I'm just here to make sure Rika gets back on that fighting floor. Yeah, just exploring the facilities. Don't worry about me. It's fine.
Stay in the waiting room. Don't make yourself
Oh yeah, of course. Just
make
over
yourself
here,
sparse, if you know what I mean. And she
right?
kind
I
of
don't know what you mean. Why don't you say what you mean?
Don't make me call the police here. And she looks to Rika and Akira. Both of you, come to the back with me, please.
Thanks, Saki. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
And then, yeah, Rika will follow.
On kind of as it's happening, Saki, as they both leave, you feel like because of you kind of sit down probably, I'm guessing, and kind of wait it. Are you trying to wait it out?
Yeah.
And as you sit down, you feel like something.
Yeah.
Oh. Change of art? Oh no, you just. So you feel something in your pocket actually that wasn't there before.
Reach down and grab it.
It's chalk.
I'm gonna message the fur baby. Like, what the fuck is this?
There's already a message waiting for you. It says door.
Oh. She'll go by the vending machine and make like a little door that she can crawl into.
Little like half-size door. Do you draw the
Yeah.
knob? Do you draw the little knob? Okay.
Draw a Dutch door.
Yeah, it's she'll draw like a little skull for a knob. The smiley face on it.
Okay, and it just looks like you drew something on it. Oh, and you knock, or you're going to grab it. Oh, you grab it. You try to grab it. It doesn't open.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
And you get a message. Rude.
fuck you.
You knock on the door, and it begins that familiar glow. And we kind of cut around as we see Hisao. I'm guessing you're getting ready, and you're in your scrubs, kind of prepping everything, putting your like sterilized gloves on and whatnot. You see the needles. You see Dr. Yagami kind of leading Rika in first, and Akira kind of being forced to sit in the little kind of side waiting room. And a lot of things kind of happen all at once.
Can I try to demand to go first?
Oh, you want to demand to go first? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Look, this kid's got a life ahead of her.
Oh, I don't know why I switched that. My bad. So yeah, and as kind of as that happens, we see Saki kind of step in, and Yagami goes, "You know, that's perfectly fine, Mr. Hattori. You sit right here. We'll go for you first. An extra double dose, for you and Honda, of course."
Bring it on.
And she turns to you. Hisao, you can leave now. I'll be able to take care of the rest of this.
course.
Go see that Mr. Or Miss Sugiyama hasn't made a mess out there, please.
Yep. Oh, I need to take my 5 soon. Would you like me to pick you up a coffee?
That would be wonderful. See, you're
Great.
getting it now.
I leave through the door and I don't bother to close it behind me.
She doesn't even give you kind of a second notice once you're kind of out of sight and out of mind. And you see kind of Saki stepping through the door as you come out. You catch the tail end of it.
I run in after her.
And as you enter too, you feel we go to Rika and Akira. You kind of have this moment of like, almost like perplexity, of kind of like a different lucidity on a different plane. As two of you enter into the world, it kind of pulls the rest of you out just for a second. And we kind of see Rika's body on autopilot. She sits there as well as Akira. And then we kind of pull back into the medical clinic itself, the one of the different world, the one of the influence of the castle, kind of all looking towards. And the waiting room is completely empty, and nothing seems to have changed. The same secretaries, the same security guards are there, with the exception though that the doorway is open. And you appear, the four of you, all of you in your clothing of the rebel that you had before.
Y'all ready for this?
Not remotely.
Fuck yeah.
Too far in now.
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Let's do
Start
this.
Going towards that door.
And as you pass through the doors you were not able to get through before, you walk into a clearing of a huge medical theater. Like one of the old-fashioned ones with like almost like Coliseum like stands for the audience members as it's all circled around you and they're all staring at you, and some are cheering, "Dr. Yagami, Dr. Yagami, Dr. Yagami." The shadowy creatures kind of yelling in proudness, and like their horrifying visages just kind of bouncing up and down. And then you see it in this huge kind of like stainless steel and chrome sterilized medical theater. You see a giant kind of bed attached with various drills, pokers, bone saws, and other manner of medical instruments, with a huge 4 light bulb kind of overhead that'll hang over. And you see Dr. Yagami looking like a normal person, except something's off of her. She's in these kind of royal looking like surgery clothing, surgery scrubs, with the exception that you can still kind of see her hair. And her eyes are different than they're used to. They're a bright yellow, kind of shiny behind her glasses. My next patients, my next experiments. This is great. This is exactly what I wanted. So you've come. So glad you can make it. Which one of you is first? And she kind of holds up one of the large like bone saws as it starts revving.
I think I unfold my scythe, and like push back my hood so she can see my whole face. I think I'll go first. That okay?
Really quick, Saki, what were you? You had your hand raised?
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, she just had her hand raised like, yeah, I'll go.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you did. Okay. As you do that, you kind of step forward. It's like, "Oh, Haseo, my sweet, sweet servant." Haseo, she calls out. Prep the station and kind of don't be useless, and kind of off from the shadows steps out this very weak, like lanky version of yourself, Haseo. like the life has been sucked out of you. Head distraught, depressed, looking down, and you hear yourself go, this copy of you go, yes ma'am. Make it snappy.
I think I also reply, yes ma'am. And I walk over to like, I imagine there's like a big stainless steel table.
Mm-hmm.
And I raise my scythe over my head and just cleave it in two.
All right, so we're gonna do a special thing right here.
Nice.
Do you say anything when you cleave it in two?
Nope.
We're gonna roll Emperor's New Clothes. So
Which one's the real one?
God damn it. So you're gonna roll a die for each of the things that's happened on the list. So you've confronted the vassal and the person in the city, which you have.
Mhm.
That's one. You've uncovered the full details of what they're planning. That's two. You defeated one of their enforcers. That's three. And your mundane self has suffered at their orders. That's four. So Haseo, roll me 4 dice.
That is amazing. 4 dice it is.
Oh, you take the highest 2. I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
You take the highest 2 dice.
So the highest 2 are 6 and a 4. That's a 10.
Awesome. So when you break down, you see the kind of the shouting increase and the whole stadium begin to rumble a little bit. And she kind of looks at you with her yellow eyes and going, "You shouldn't have done that. What are you doing?" And on a 10 and plus, she's looking pretty vulnerable. But you get to pick one. Are you going to break their confidence, get under their skin, or subvert their power?
I think I'm going to get under her skin. So I can give a rebel's weapon the ability to cut through the avatar sorceries, illusions, and blights. Does anyone want that, or should I take it for myself? Anyone want to really be able to cut through all of this illusion work?
I think you can take them for yourself.
Yeah, we're good.
I think my scythe is able to cut through the illusions too now.
And as you kind of like, your scythe feels more stronger as you do that, you hear her start to screech. That's it. If you won't be nice little willing patients, then I'll have to strap you to the bed myself and dissect you. All of you. You don't understand. This is my clinic. This is my world. I get to decide what I do with your bodies. Only me. I control you. And with each word, she begins to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And she morphs. Her limbs become gangly. She gains another set of arms, creating 4. Her head gets enlarged and huge, almost so that there's this gaping maw tearing out of her mask. Still within the surgery scrubs that kind of grow with her. And in each hand, she has a different medical equipment as she becomes almost like this hunched over, like, I want to say almost like a hunched over, like, gangly looking monster.
Mhm.
It's strange. It's the shadows are kind of coming off of her, and her eyes are kind of bulging out of her head as she looks around, like almost like some sort of insect. And she roars with an inhuman kind of voice to her. Her voice doing that whole doublespeak. "If you won't be my subjects, then you're trash to me." And I think there is what we'll switch up. What is everyone doing?
I'm going to launch an attack, so I am going to try and activate the move pressure. They're going to get an opening on me no matter what, but I might get an opening on them. Who knows?
Okay, cool. What is everyone gonna wait to see if Haseo can give an opening for them, or what is everyone else doing?
Fuck it. Going in.
Yeah.
Akira is going to line it up while throwing off his jacket, revealing his Oni back tattoo.
Awesome. Make sure everyone as well, while you're fighting as your rebel form, to look at your shadow moves as well, just in case you can use them. So we'll go ahead.
I think Rika's gonna wait for that opening that Haseo was trying to make.
I feel like I've already activated Warcry, even though I didn't necessarily say anything. Because I was sufficiently intimidating, right?
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and say everyone can get fleeing advantage. Specifically, Saki and Akira, who are kind of following up the attack.
And I will mark Void.
Yep. Go ahead and open. And first, we're gonna roll Hosea's pressure.
Yes. Oh no. Snake eyes.
You do have an advantage. Do you roll?
I might get a 7. So I rolled. Oh, I did roll a 7 because that's a 5. A 5 plus a 1 plus a 1 in sword.
Boom.
Just enough.
So they're gonna get an opening on you, but you gotta pick an extra complication, or you pick an extra one benefit.
Yeah, I feel like I expose an opening on them.
You kind of go through, and they kind of like, as you like, kind of try to fake them out and kind of strike, they block. And you see her reel a fist back with one of her many needles, and she stabs it into you, kind of causing you pain, and it hurts, and it kind of, you feel your body begin to become a little bit rigid. And I'm gonna say you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now, or she's focusing her full attention on you. We're gonna mark overwhelmed as a condition.
Alrighty.
But her eyes are on you, and you only. So Saki, Rika, Akira, go ahead and you can each roll a strike. Unless one of you wants to do something else.
A strike sounds good. Do we still have advantage or no?
Mm-hmm.
Nine for me.
10.
Rika?
An 11.
Awesome. So for the 9 for you, Saki, you can go ahead.
Mhm.
You can pick one. Either they're going to lash out, they single you out, or they reshape the arena.
Reshape the arena sounds interesting.
Awesome. I was hoping you'd pick that. As you kind of each break one of her, as you strike her, 3 of her 4 gangly arms fall off, each dropping the assortment of weapons. As you kind of strike all at once, forcing her back a bit and kind of setting her offset. But as she does, she goes, 4 against 1. That's unfair. Come to my aid, you fucking slaves. Come to my aid. And she kind of knocks over the one of the kind of medical instruments, and the kind of bystanders in the crowd begin to crawl over the barrier and jump into the auditorium pit with you, the medical theater with you, content to fight. Going back to you, Hosea, what would you like to do? Oh, you're muted.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Good point. So remind me what she's doing right now.
She is looking like she's kind of tending to her wounds, but she's looking like she's trying to size everyone. She sizes everyone, looking for a moment to strike.
Is the opening still active?
It is not. You would either have to line it up or put some pressure again.
Well, you know, I feel like putting the pressure up is the ideal thing. So like I feel very overwhelmed. I feel like I'm on my back foot, and I smile, and I just charge directly forward. One of us is going to fake out. It's not going to be me. So I get to roll 2 dice. I do not have advantage this time around because that was fleeting, wasn't it?
Yep.
And that's a 5 and a 2. That's an 8 because I have +1 in sword. So I am going to pin her in place and prevent her from moving.
You kind of scare her off and land on top of her, using your own weight to kind of pin her lower half to the ground. She looks. Don't even try it. And even though she's pinned, she is going to grab you as she kind of like looks at all of you, and with her good hand.
Voidmaster.
Yes.
May I try to do stand with me at this point to try to block for my ally?
Of course, yeah. Roll cups.
That is a 9.
Awesome. So you do get to, yeah, you protect him from the danger as you kind of step forward. So Haseo's not going to have to roll for this, but the rest of you are, as she kind of gathers up her strength, gets a bunch of needles, and starts tossing them everywhere at all of you. I want all of you to roll push through the pain, or actually no, dodge, as these things start flying out in a storm. These giant, like, needles.
I got 11.
3?
10.
What'd you get, Rika?
11.
11. Awesome. So you two both dodge easily. Ooh. Okay, because you were protecting as well, and you missed.
Ooh.
Yeah, but look really cool while doing it.
You do, but you take the hit. I'm gonna say not only I'm gonna mark. You're very callous in that. I'm also gonna mark overwhelmed as well. I'm gonna give you 2 conditions for failing that big.
Okay, so what do I get?
I'm marking callous and overwhelmed, which means you're at disadvantage to connect. Stand with me, rebel eyes, line it up.
Okay.
Rika, what would you like to do?
So we now have,
there.
there's an opening. We have additional bystanders now, right? Like fight people trying to come into the arena. So I kind of want to strike, but I want to use best of the best, which is
Awesome.
her move. And I can mark void for each benefit. And I want to basically no one who sees you can do anything but watch, because I want to be a distraction for the other enemies. So so she's gonna try and like do a really fanciful kick at Dr. Yagami.
Awesome.
And try with some flourish to try and distract our new combatants.
Yeah, activate best for the best. You're gonna mark that void. And yeah, go ahead and roll a strike, because everyone's in awe as you kind of do this running leap. I almost imagine it's like the flying, like martial arts kick, the one that you always see.
Yeah, definitely. That's a 12.
Ooh. 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 You kind of kick, and you spin the clock of her head around as it kind of twists up, almost like a giant cuckoo bird, and it's kind of like longly hanging off the kind of side of her head. She does not look to be. It looks like she's on her last legs as she goes through, and is kind of like, no, 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 no. That's it. And she's going to kind of begin like opening her mouth, and looks like she's beginning to charge for something. Saki, what would you like to do?
So first off, since I got a 10+ on the dodge, I'm gonna mark void to leave a duplicate in my place.
Awesome. Okay.
And then mark void again to blow it up, causing stun and close.
Okay.
That's awesome.
In doing that, you get to do blow up, and you stun her out of the charge up move, leaving her completely vulnerable to attack. Haseo, you see this happen as you see Saki's clone, which is probably just like a figure in all the cloth. Like it explodes into a bundle of cloth, revealing like a bomb, and just blankets the area. Haseo, what would you like to do?
Yeah, it's like papers shoot out of the cloth, and they're all TPS reports.
I'm going to flip the side, so I'm like carrying basically J-hook now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hook her up. I'm going to strike her.
Roll for strike. That's the opening you need.
That's exactly what I needed. Okay, I got a 1, a 4, and 2. That's a 7.
Awesome.
7 counts.
Yeah, we're not even gonna have to worry about that. As you strike and hook her and kind of bring her down, like, are you bringing it so it's like you're doing, like, you're gonna try to carry through? I'm guessing.
I'm gonna pin her, like literally pin her and the scythe to the wall.
Ooh, as she impacts to the wall with the scythe behind, hitting the blade strikes in, you hear her utter a cry as her inky body begins to shake, shudder, and explode. Kind of clearing out the area. The other shadows begin to kind of sink back into the tiles, and you're left with a broken medical theater and a broken looking Dr. Yagami.
Yeah, I feel like she's standing up against the wall, and I have my collapsible cane pointed at her neck, dressed in scrubs.
And she's like, she's like spitting up black ink. You can't. You'll never stop me. I control this. The castle gives me power.
What council?
She said the castle gives me power.
Castle. You don't have anything now. And you're never gonna have anything again.
That's right.
And I think this would be the time to activate Rivers in the Desert. So when you defeated Vassal's avatar, the power they gathered is yours to control. So each rebel picks one with effects according to the Vassal's tier. Or actually, before we do this, I'm sorry. What do you do with the Vassal? She goes through and she goes, I didn't do anything wrong. I was making my mark on this world.
I have this handgun I haven't shot anyone with yet.
Did you say that out loud, or did you just point the gun at her?
I'm just gonna point the gun. I'm gonna say, get smoked. And pull the trigger.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Just kill Seals as the gun. I'm not even going to roll for that, as the bullet impacts her and she sinks into ink that collapses onto into the ground. Actually, no, this is the Vassal. No, she gets shot, and you see very real blood come from her as she kind of sinks to the ground. And then I'll say Rivers in the Desert activate. So starting with Hiseo, you can each pick an effect based off of tier 1. So either Reformation, Liberation, Expropriation, Redefinition, or Occupation.
I'm going to take Occupation. Without the doctor, this clinic needs somebody medically involved to take charge, and I think Hiseo is going to be that person.
So you're going to mark a black mark in fealty as... in doing so, you are taking a bit of the castle's power into you.
Mm-hmm.
But
if that's what it takes.
Yeah. You feel the void infect your heart, as it were. Kind of reaching into the deepest parts of your soul. And for just a second, you can mark void, and you can feel the network and the roots of the castle spread throughout the entire city. You might have taken the place of this one, but there'll be more that come soon. Always, depending on what happens. As long as you're connected to the castle.
Damn.
Rika, what would you like to do?
I think Rika would like Reformation.
So the Vassal grows a newfound consciousness. You'll mark world, and you're going to gain advantage of the retaliation checks. That's the castle. Okay, cool. So, you basically... So how do you do it? What are you saying to the kind of dying form of Dr. Yagami?
I think she would walk up to them and kind of kick her over and kind of tower over her and be like, you're gonna admit what you did was wrong. You shouldn't be doing this to people. And you're gonna confess to your crimes and come clean. That's the only way you'll be reformed.
Well, if I do that, I'll never get to work in this town again.
Good. Maybe that's how it should be. Think about what you did.
Akira, what will you choose?
Expropriation.
Alright. So your move of crisis affecting you or another rebel is no longer an issue. So you're clearing the debt between you and Honda, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And you're
Honda
marking
needs
void.
to be free.
And Saki.
I mean, same. I'm gonna get my mama on some list, on some way to get her healed again.
Awesome. And as you do so, the vassal, the avatar, kind of fades from sight and just sinks back into the inkiness of the tile. And Sayo, you feel that the area, the part of the council does not start to sink away. This is your spot now. Until that is, it shatters and breaks and starts to fade away. You still have that bit of that hierarchy in you, that darkness, that bit of the castle that remains in your soul. But for now, it's cleared out from the surrounding place. And I think the best way to describe it is as you begin to leave, you get a call from Bonishan. Good job, good job, good job, good job. Be careful. The castle always finds out.
Not today, they don't.
And I think it's time to do a little bit of wrap up as we cut to a week later. And I'll just say, for the sake of framing the scene, is that all of you have decided to meet for lunch, or maybe at the clinic, to kind of settle the matter once and for all.
Big Bang Burger.
Big Bang. And
Like Big Bang, the Korean
it's from the
K-pop
games.
band?
Persona 5, there's a burger restaurant called Big Bang.
Oh,
Or
I was
maybe
thinking
burgers.
Big Bang. I love like the Korean like pop. Oh, so good.
A few things have happened over the past week, and it's better just to kind of describe. Dr. Yagami immediately admitted to everything that she did and turned herself into the police. Obviously, her clinic was due to be closed for the amount of abuse that she had put many people through, and her increasingly intense malpractice that she had freely shown. However, Haseo, they would have offered you to take over the lease if you wanted the clinic to be open.
This place still needs a clinic, even if it's not that. So yeah, I take it over.
They would allow you to buy a lease, and the contract passes to you, and the Yagami clinic probably becomes no more. I don't know if you rename it to the Mayumi clinic or what you do.
I think I just name it the home clinic.
And you kind of like you change out the sign in the front, and you see the workers doing so, and it feels like a fresh new point of paint on this once dark area. Needless to say that for her abuse, she'll probably be going to jail, but she has a pretty good lawyer team. You don't know, but she's always rapidly confessing at every point, and the issue of Yagami tends to be taken care of. Rika, you were full colors, and you are preparing you're kind of celebrating after your big win from the tournament that weekend. You placed enough that you can go to nationals, and it was an amazing feat for you. Saki, now that the clinic is under new ownership, I feel like maybe I might be assuming too much, but I feel like it's good to assume that Haseo does help out Saki's mother. Putting her at the top of that list.
Yes. Oh yeah, and Saki will be there watching Rika at all their performances, fighting things.
Yeah, Rika is an excellent kickboxer, and they go ham on anyone they come across. Akira, Honda does eventually recover from that gunshot wound, that little bit of dressing, and with Yagami arrested, the matter of your deal and her silence is kind of settled. She never does rat on you. Not that her word would mean anything now. And you kind of get scot-free. And you're kind of having this nice little, like, just clearing everything. You're not sure if you all, I don't know if you plan all to see each other more after this, but what's kind of the conversation you're having at the very end of this all?
So is it not pronounced GIF?
It's pronounced GIF.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
Kids don't call it GIF.
Is it graphics?
Gonna say that.
It is graphics. People just say it wrong. It's
It's definitely a GIF.
Speaking of which, Rika, if you don't mind, I have my company has a lovely cafeteria, and I have like 2 hours of free time Thursday afternoon. If you want to get lunch, maybe split a sandwich or something like that.
Okay, that sounds fun. Thanks for coming to my tournament too.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, okay, cool. Here's my business card. We'll set it up. It'll be great. And she hands you her business card, which has like, Saki Sukiyama, financier, and on the other side that has like a little umbrella and it says the Umbrella Corporation.
Oh no!
Yeah, very excited. It's gonna be great.
Oh
Thanks.
no! And at that moment, you kind of all get a message on your phone.
It's from the bunny, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh god.
But this time it comes in clear.
Oh, it's Bunny-chan.
Remember, the castle always knows. And I'm gonna say Haseo. Roll me 2d6.
Gotcha.
It's a tick kind of quest. Actually, let me double check that. I think you get advantage. You can roll 3. You're looking for you're picking the 2 highest numbers.
5 and 6.
Awesome.
That's 11.
It's a strong hit, and it's a tier 1 liberty. The castle's influence will seep in again soon, but for now, your people can breathe easily. So as this is kind of going on, you're kind of left with the idea, when John goes, the castle doesn't know what's going on. It didn't realize it's turning on itself a little bit, but it'll be back soon. It's always back soon. But you did good today. And I think you get a message, Haseo, from Kenji, who wants to, despite everything that happened, wants to continue working at your clinic, maybe as an assistant nurse like you were before.
I just messaged back. You start on Tuesday.
And Bunny, the last thing I'll ask is Bunny-chan wants a question, and you kind of get kind of looks to all you. Will you fight?
Are there rules to using these powers? Like, can we just use them for, like, I don't know, leisure activities?
Darkness and heart. Don't let darkness seep in.
So, yes.
Cool. I just want to fuck someone up again. Yeah. High five.
Let's rob a bank.
I don't want to rob a bank.
Okay,
Yeah, that
let's
sounds
rob an
crazy.
armored
That's a lot of-
car.
I don't.
Oh, that's enough. No.
Okay. I think I'll start on Tuesday.
And I think with that, we pull the camera back as we see like a very nice town of the city, and it kind of flashes for a bit, and we see the overlay of the castle in the hidden minds and consciousnesses of everyone, kind of seeping in still to this day. And from there, I think that's where we'll end our Saturday night one-shot of Voidheart Symphony.
Great job, everybody.
That
Woo!
was a lot of
We
fun.
did
Yeah,
it.
I love this system. I think it definitely is better more as a campaign but a one-shot was still pretty good, and I want to continue playing this more one day. I thoroughly believe. But before we get on to the sappiness and everything, First off, I want to say thank you to all my players for putting on amazing faces and doing great as the characters they were, and doing all this on short notice, and the power and motivation and energy they brought today. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you from Gehenna Gaming to all of you and all the viewers that watched and had a good day. But it's time to roll out the red carpet. So we're going to start from the top again, starting with Mitch. Tell us who you are, and then tell us what you got going on.
Yeah, I am Mitchell Penny for a Tale here at Gehenna Gaming. Here we play the James. So super excited for all of that. If you are interested, I have my own TTRPG coming out May 12th, which Gehenna Gaming will be writing some amazing scenarios for, and the game is called Necrobiotic. So if your brain isn't bleeding for all the amazing ways of saying Gehenna, yeah, check it out, please.
All right, Ben.
What's up? I'm Ben. I had a lot of fun. I am a member of Carrying Comfort Studios. Check us out. This Wednesday, hopefully, once I get sick again, I'm going to be finishing up Cypress and Steel, the Victorian Mage actual play. I've been running the last 3-ish weeks. Find out what happens to a group of mages. I don't know the word for it in this case. It's really fun. It's cool. It takes place in 1908 Louisiana. Or does it? Also, next Saturday, I am running continuing Descended Drumbeats, A Heart, the City Beneath actual play. Come check it out. It's fun, and our other stuff is also cool. With Discord, hang out.
Awesome. And then Noordin Ali.
Hey, my name is Noordin Ali. You can find me online at Werewolf Feels. I've got a website that you can link to on that Twitter profile thing. However those work, where you can find all the projects that I tend to be working on, because there's quite a lot. But if you're into streaming, I actually do stream in a couple games. I'm super excited to be finishing up 2 campaigns the next couple weeks. So if you ever want to head over to Valdrin's channel, you can check over the Expanse game, where I play the captain, and as it turns out, Earther's spy, Cyrus Fayez. And you can watch me play a Quarian Biotic in a Mass Effect game every Saturday morning on Chromatic Chimera. That's right, I gamed this morning too. The big ones, though, are all upcoming. You can check out our episodes of Missing Annie Lee, which is a podcast I'm in wherever good podcasts are found, every Friday. I'm going to be guesting on Kahania on Utopia, not this weekend, but the next weekend, which I'm excited about. And last but not least, I'm in this little stream. It's really small. It's Monster Hearts Monday. Here at Gehenna Gaming, we're going to be going to the Academy. I'm playing a ghost who died in the 30s. It's going to be fun. Can't wait.
It's going to be great. And finally, last but not least, Leslee, take us home.
Hey everyone, I had a lot of fun playing today. I'm Leslee Everett. You can find me on Twitter at Leslee Wombat, where I'll tweet about all the random actual plays that I'm in. I'm also part of a video game podcast called Hot Garbage Gaming, where we talk about video games or Star Wars. I'm sorry. We've watched the prequels. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to check us out. Otherwise, I don't have any actual plays coming up, but if you follow my Twitter, I'm sure I'll mention something that's coming up.
Yes,
there.
you do. D5?
Yes, oh!
Well, wow. Okay.
Oops. Yeah. I'm going to be in a Dark Ages game on Gehenna Gaming. I am very excited for that, and there will be more details soon.
Also, I'm in it.
Yeah, you guys should probably mention that. Also, there's someone else in one of the V5. Dark
I think
Ages
so
games.
too.
Yeah.
I think it might be here too.
I wonder why they didn't say anything. Mitch.
Well, maybe you misheard the Gehenna Gaming
Yeah.
stream
Yeah,
like
it's on Gehenna
another
Gaming.
channel. It's great.
with a fantastic storyteller.
Just because, like, clearly there's some weird. I'm not on the Dark Ages stream.
I'm also not on the Dark Ages train. It's okay. It's okay. Dark Ages. You know, I'm declaring my name is Nick Francia. You can find me at Nobleman Nick. Like I said before, talking about what's coming up. I'm declaring war on Dark Ages. Yeah, Dark Ages might be premiering next week, which it is. It's premiering on the 7th. Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition in the Dark Ages setting that has only been known to be known and beloved to V20, but our good pal Rick the Wheelman Wheeler adapting his own spin of it for V5. However, I'm declaring war on that show. I'm sinking that show. I'm fighting that show because the show you're going to be watching coming up on the 3rd is Monday. It's going to be Gehenna Academy, my new produced Monster Art series, a spiritual successor to Gehenna Valley. It's going to be a little bit darker. It's going to be a little bit more bombastic. It's going to have a lot more horror. But if you like monster arts, you like horror, you like drama, you like college kids in the university getting up to no good, then this is the way to do it. This is one of the best casts I think I've ever recruited for a show. It's a full BIMPOC stream. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun, and it's really bringing a good message, I think, in an industry that kind of needs a diversity check. That's what it's here for. But beyond that too as well, it's going to be a fun stream. It's got great players. You saw them all in the teasers. You know, we got Noordin Ali, we got Reno, we got Chris Cologne, we got Chantel Benjamin, and we got Alyssa. I'm trying to remember her handle. Alyssa doesn't have a last name.
Disaster Queer.
Disaster Queer. They don't have a last name, but they are amazing. And we have a worm, a neighbor, a fae, a ghost, and finally a queen coming. They have been blowing up my messages, and which has been the most greatest thing that I've seen every day, like 30 plus message notifications. So that's how Monster Art should be, I feel. Other stuff that's coming up, there's a lot of stuff starting in the next coming weeks. On the 6th of Thursday, this Thursday coming up, will be our new indie series because Bluebeard's Bride just finished up. We're going to be starting up Midnight World, an awesome system that was recently kickstarted, GM'd by none other than the creator of Midnight World themselves, James Davey, for a pulse-pounding look at his take on trauma through the lens of a secret world. It's a great system. I got to watch it over at the first VHC, and yeah, it's some really good stuff. And then not only do we have Dark Ages, but on the 8th, we have another Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition game. As we're going back, not as far back as Dark Ages, we're going back to the Old West for part 1 of the Scarlet Coffin, a special Anarchy Camarilla 2-part special. Yeah, that's Gehenna Gaming. That's what we're about. Gehenna Gaming. Horror is here. You have an amazing night. Come check out my other stuff. I'm also going to be on Mage, Cypress, and Steel next Wednesday, where I'm reprising my role as Dr. Klaus Richter in my fun, amazing makeup, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. And you can also check on YouTube the final episode of Season 1 of Kingdom Hearts The Interstitial War has just been posted, so you can go through and watch the entire season now, all 16 to 17 episodes. It's great, and watch us as well because we got some awesome stuff coming up right in between the season. You'll have a great rest of your day. I gotta get to sleep, and have a good night. Let me take this.